You probably want to create consistent characters with generative AI, but in order to do that, it requires a lot of experimentation. I like doing experiments, so let's try one right now. If you know how Gen 2 works already and you just want to see which prompts I used and what the results look like, you can just go to the description and there's a link that'll get you to the right place really quickly. One of the things that I believe is that you have to think more like a screenwriter than a cinematographer or a director of photography when it comes to generative AI. I asked ChatGPT, what should good character description in a screenplay include? And it gave me some stuff that I don't necessarily need, but it gave me some stuff that I will use. Provide a character's name, specify their age and gender, and describe the character physically, height, build, eye color. So I'm going to do exactly that. Let's go into Gen 2. I'm going to do a medium shot of someone named Robin Steele, and they're going to be a male time traveler, 33 years old, turquoise eye color, because they're from the future, larger than average build, asymmetrical hairstyle, wearing a futuristic jacket. All right, so let's just generate this and see what happens. I think this shot came out great, if I'm being honest. He's got a little bit of camera movement. He's talking. He's pretty expressive there too. Okay, so let's have Robin do something different. Because we're using the same prompt, but adding one variation, we should get a similar looking video. However, the key to all of this is that we need to click here, this little settings button, and make sure that we're using the same seed. There's two ways to find the seed. If you're on the assets page, it's this number at the end of the file. If you're on the Gen 2 page, you reveal the prompt, then you click the little copy seed button there, and then you go back to the settings button and then paste the seed right there. So the seed that we used at the end of our other clip was this one here. I can't just paste that in there. I need to click this button that says fix seed between generations. That's going to lock it in. There used to be a lock button here, but now this is how we lock that in. So I'm going to go back here. I've got the same prompt I used before, but now he's holding a glowing orb. Let's just double check and make sure that that's the seed. That's checked. We're good. Generate. This looks pretty good. I mean, he looks like the same character. He's holding the glowing orb. I realized that when I did my original one, I didn't have the word leather jacket. So let's just see really quick what happens if we can get him in that same jacket. So the seed is the same again. This is the jacket. This does not fit the vibe, right? This is not what we're going for. So let's get rid of the leather jacket. Let's just stick to this futuristic jacket and generate again. Now he's back in the same jacket holding the glowing orb. One thing I remember is that like generative AI does not do super well with hands. By having him hold something, it's going to make this look a little less real than the other one. So let's not have him holding something again, and let's just kind of change up his look a little bit. So I'm going to give him sunglasses, and I know you're like, well, you don't need the eye color anymore, right? But I'm going to keep that in there because this is part of the prompt, and I honestly don't know how it works, but I feel like if I change this piece of it, it's gonna change the overall look of it. So I'm gonna do one and I'm not gonna remove that. Then I'm gonna do another one and I'm going to remove that. So all I'm doing is adding sunglasses to the prompt. And I'm just double checking. I have this 399 seed. It's all the same, it's locked in. So we're gonna get Robin Steele again. Interesting. So I wonder if it picked up the turquoise from his eye color and added it to this jacket. I'm gonna get rid of this turquoise eye color, but let's just see how that changes the overall shot. So we're getting some more variations. Like he's looking less consistent than the first two, the more kind of things that we're introducing here. Let's get rid of, just out of curiosity, let's get rid of, or let's add two. It went back to leather for some reason, but we didn't mention leather. So let's just say a futuristic gray jacket, because I liked that one. Gray wool jacket maybe? Let's try this. Let's see if we can get this with a different jacket on. Oh, interesting. So for this one, we didn't have the turquoise. We didn't mention the turquoise eye color in there, but we did just give him a gray jacket. But then if you see what happens, we don't have the turquoise in the background. So the turquoise was definitely getting picked up. So we're doing the original prompt that we did before we started customizing, but now we're just going to have him facing camera centered. Okay, so yeah, we're getting back to kind of the original style a little bit more, but he's not totally facing camera. Oh, there, he faced camera. That was interesting. He actually turned to the camera. All right, let's give him some emotions. Now let's have him react to things. So let's have him laughing. Let's have him be confused. And let's do one more. Let's have him listening intently. Okay, so let's reveal the prompt here. This is the one where he was listening intently. It doesn't look like he's listening. That's fine. Let's see. This is one where he's confused. And then this is one where he's laughing. He actually looks like he's laughing. So this is obviously the laughing one. He's pretty happy. Something's funny. Let's get the range of emotions here. Let's make him angry. I'll take it. It's different. The jacket's definitely changing each iteration. I wonder if by just putting many more details in about the jacket, like how we had the wool one, if I think futuristic gives it some creative license. Whereas if we really dialed in what that jacket looked like, it may be very similar. So we've got our character. Let's really focus on what he's wearing. So he's now wearing a futuristic jacket designed by Burberry. I don't know why, with shoulder lapels and LED buttons, using the same seed and generate. So angry is kind of a hard emotion because it's like something like let's give him a verb. So let's say shouting, and then let's have him laughing. Okay. So ideally the jacket's going to look a lot similar for each of these shots, and then the emotion is what will change for them. So let's see what happens. This is just him without any emotion. And this is where he's angry. This looks a lot closer. This is very close to being the same jacket. And now here's laughing. The jacket, look at the jacket. It is very similar. So we've got a pretty consistent looking guy wearing the same clothes, giving different emotions. I think this is great. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna change this to a wide shot, and we're gonna give him the same jacket, and he's gonna be standing in front of a quantum computer. We've changed the camera angle. I'm not seeing a quantum computer yet, but still, he looks the same. We've got a different shot of him. What if we have him standing in a forest? So he's standing in a forest. Let's also have him standing in a meadow filled with wildflowers. Okay, here is Robin Steele, our time traveler. The jacket's pretty similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar. And he's out in a forest for sure. And now he's also, I like that. I actually like this kind of stuff, how he's in a field of flowers. Like this would be a great bit of set design. If he was a time traveler, shows up in a field full of flowers and actually had a flower on him. That's nice. I like that. The flowers itself in the field aren't as great, but love this shot. All right, let's introduce some chaos here. Let's have him talking to someone else. Okay, he's a time traveler, right? So let's put him in a forest, and let's use that same shot of him in the forest. Let's have him standing next to a Neanderthal. I don't see the Neanderthal anywhere. Let's just try like talking to a prairie woman. I don't know, I'm thinking Laura Ingalls Wilder kind of thing. This is a good shot, but I don't see the prairie woman, which is fine. I think introducing a new character is a little bit difficult. Now I'm going to go back to the original prompt with the jacket that we like, and I'm going to have Robin driving a convertible car. Obviously, I'm doing a convertible car to make it easier for us to see Robin. So let's see if we can have this shot. Oh, I like this. He's in a car for sure. That's still him. A little bit more shine to the jacket. For this last one, we're going to keep all of the physical descriptions of Robin the same, but we're going to change the gender and race. So now should be a black female time traveler. Let's see what happens. All right, here is Robin Steele now as a black female time traveler. All of this other stuff was the same. We just changed the race and the gender. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to try and do some other tutorials related to this. So if you like this sort of thing, you know what to do.